My boy Niles in the building. Stephanie, SD Hydro, Reg Dog, was good. Was good, people. Let's go. My boy Alfonso, Desmond, was good. Was good, people. Was good? How y'all doing, man? Was good? It's gonna be a great one, man. It's gonna be a good interview, man. Gonna be great. And what I'm gonna do at the end, I'm gonna open the floor for some of you guys if y'all want to ask a question towards the end. My boy Tim was good. H3 boy was good. Let's get the likes up. He here nice and early. Dingo Smith was good. Raymond was good. Red said, we ain't be having a fits. Yeah, cause I ain't got a cut. Oh, my boy now with a 50 sack. Damn, this shit is like that tonight. My boy Jonathan, my boy MB and Chan, 49ers lost, bro. My boy Trayvon, people waiting for my boy Elder Dow Pitts. Dingo. I want to get a couple more people in here, Elder, before I let you in. I want it to be in where we get a lot of people to see this interview. It's going to be a great interview, man. Elder got a hell of a background, man. It's going to be great. I need you guys to stick out through the whole interview, man. That's what I do. I do interviews. If y'all can share it, can y'all please share it? Cause this gonna be a great interview here, man. My boy Mitch is in the building. My boy Mitch. If y'all can share it, share it. Let's get this thing popping. He got a hell of a background. You know, this way, I'm gonna give y'all stuff where, and the stuff I be knowing, as far as about the NBA, he could give y'all some insight too. And I'm gonna get deep. It's gonna be crazy, man. Red's Dog said Elder's one of his favorite people on YouTube. Mitch said 1,000 level NBA takes from Elder. A lot of people like Elder, man. That's a good thing, man. He's a good brother. D. John was good. MetQ was good. Yeah, he did drop the bag. My boy Knowledge just dropped the bag on me. Now this gonna be a hell of an interview, man. A hell of an interview, man. Elder he got some good takes, but it's a story. I'm going from the beginning. I need y'all to share this. We need to get people on here because I don't want to do it. There's a few people on it missing it. I want people to see the story from the beginning. We gonna go from the beginning to the end. We're gonna go from the beginning to where he at today. I start from the beginning. Y'all gonna get to know him at another light. You know, y'all get to know him another light. You know, it's good sometimes when the interview is huge. You know why I like doing interviews? I love doing interviews because, and I think interviews is very important because you see another light. Now you see this guy, you be like, damn. Like, had an interview, have it been somebody that you didn't really care for, and then they did an interview, dude here. Like, when you might not really care for a player. Thanks, Dow Pitch. My boy Dow Pitch said he shared it on Twitter. If y'all can share it, share it. I seen interviews. I thought of a player or a person, a rapper, whoever, and then I saw the interview. I said, "Yo, man, this dude is a good dude, man." And I started liking somebody through the interview. Some people you think is knuckleheads because you might heard the music. Then in the interview, you listen to their background, and it brings out a lot. And so it's gonna be good. I got experience doing interviews, so it's gonna be a great interview. You know, Red's Dog shared it on Facebook, man. This is dope, man. This is dope. Don't tell me that. Everybody in my house take off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, everybody like Elder. Everybody's hitting me in my DM like, yo, man, I'm glad you got him coming on. I want to see it. Cause see, thing with him, he's on different platforms and he spread the love. I ain't gonna say too much, but I'm gonna get into it through the interview. I don't want to bring him on now. I want more people in. Oh my God, another one. Who that? Oh, Elder. God damn. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. And you know it's crazy. I don't ask for nothing because my thing, I love sports. I love sports. I appreciate that, Elder. Appreciate that knowledge. I love sports. You see what I'm saying? So I don't do this for no money or nothing. Now one time I ever asked for anything. I just love this shit here, man. And I love this community. How y'all enjoying this? Sandra, what's good, Sandra? Who else? Germany. My boy Fonsa Kareem making money today. Michael Morris, what's good? I love the community of YouTube. Like it's like we all know each other now. Like it's like I got a whole new set of friends. Like you know what I mean? People know each other. So yeah, Elder gonna come. He gonna come on. I want this big. So I need more people to get in. I don't want to interview him right this minute. I want it to be big because I know the story gonna be good. Man, him kicked it, and then what made me rock with Elder when we talk, I've been new of him through another channel, but I'm getting to everything. But when me and him start talking, and we the same age, we played against the same people, and it hit me because the throwback shit. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm a freak for stories. Anybody know me? I'm big on stories. I love stories. I love the mafia. Like when I was locked up, they used to tell me stories. Even when I was little on my block, the older guys used to tell me stories. And I love like memories. And the memories of the AAU when man Elder was young, and the players we played against, and the players like, oh, remember him? Like it's refreshing because you don't get that much. You don't get that too much. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that too much unless I bump into one of my old homeboys and stuff like that. But some people don't be into it because they might be going through their own little problem. They might not still love the sport like I do. So sometimes I see people, I'm like, yo, you remember this guy? Back in the days, you remember David Rivers? You remember this person? And even the old NBA. Some people don't be into it. But when man Elder was kicking it, we was in the same circle. The AAU circuit. And how it was. And so it's a refreshing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. He know this shit. Your boy Los from Harlem? I made Los, no Los. Where Los is from? Where Los from? Rhonda, what's good? Said loving the show already. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need more people for Elder, man. I need more people than I ain't mean to make people wait because I know some people got some stuff to do. That's why I'm asking you guys to share it. Because I know his story gonna be dope. My boy Banks was good. And the questions I'm gonna ask is gonna be entertaining, man. I'm gonna pretty much ask everything you guys gonna ask, and then I'm gonna at the end open the floor to you guys. Oh, I know Max B from my block. So 9 times 10 I know him. If you get in contact, ask him, do you know me? Max B from my block. Y'all seen the interview I did with Pooh, his co-defendant, Max B co-defendant. Banks, thank you, Banks. Banks said he saw my interviews on the Beat 139. We got interviews. If y'all go check that, I'm gonna put it right here. I got a podcast. I'm putting it right here. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate that, bro. Your Elder got a lot of love on YouTube, man. God damn. He said, salute Elder the truth. Small world. Yeah, Reg. New Jack City. Like, my thing is this. I'm getting to all that. Like the basketball circuit. That's why when we had a conversation yesterday, when man Elder was talking and we said about the how it was back in the days, it got a little threw off because I don't think FYF understood exactly what we were saying. We wasn't saying he's just gonna come, guys just foul you, but we just saying they could test stuff. They don't right now. A lot of guys just go through the basket and it's like real easy. Then a lot of guys could test a lot of shots, and then coach will take you out. If you go like this and you shooting, you go like this, a little soft tap, and you lay it up, you're gonna get screamed on. You're gonna get screamed on. I remember one time I did a lazy play, and back then I was super skinny. You know, I was super skinny, athletic, and a guy came by, kind of like turned around and slipped, and I did like this, a soft foul, and he did an and one. My coach ripped me to pieces, right, and subbed me out immediately. So it kind of embarrassed me because everybody seen it. And then later, like I think the next day or whatever, he's like, "Yo, you gotta give me some push-ups." And we got a big argument because I was skinny. I ain't into that working out stuff back then. And he told me, "Yo, man, you gotta give me 100 push-ups." And I'm beefing when I'm like doing 100 push-ups. 100 sound like 100 right now is nothing, but 100, like what? I'm like, "Yo, you crazy?" I walked out the gym and I fake quit. And then he called me, talked to my mom, like, "Man, you gotta get to practice." I'm good, so you know it's gonna be a little of that. But then I did some, and that's why I said I learned back then of compromise, cause he didn't want me to disrespect him, period. And I just quit, and then I do nothing. So I think I did like 31 push-ups, some shit like that. I did like 31 push-ups. So it was crazy, you know. So we trained for 200 hours, yeah. Mix this. It was like 31 push-ups, and then he felt good. That's the thing, and I like a lot of times on my channel, I like to, when I talk to people, all the killings and stuff like that, sometimes stuff can get solved when it's some type of compromise. Like, you know what I mean? You'd be surprised. Like, you can't just disrespect me and you owe me some money and don't give me nothing. See, that's what get hurt people. You can't not give me nothing. Give somebody something. Make them feel good. Because bad enough they want to hurt you. Let's say somebody owe you 5,000 or something. Or I'm just saying 1,000, anything. And they walk by you and give you nothing. You're like, how you gonna give me nothing? Like, you know what I'm saying? How? You cannot give me nothing. You give somebody 500, get 150. They mad, but you took a lot off him. Now he don't feel you disrespecting him. He feel like he may think, "Oh, you broke, you don't have it," but it's different. You know what I'm saying? Who else in the building? Jennifer in the building. Alfonso, Money Making Mitch. I need y'all to stay on. I don't need y'all to log on. I'm trying to get an audience before this interview, man. My boy Weed Bay is in the building. Stephanie said, "I can't wait to hear the interview." I don't want to keep y'all too long. How many in 13 minutes? I'm gonna bring him in another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes, I'm gonna bring him in. I just want more people to come in. So if y'all can share it, can y'all share it? Because I want him to be, because I know more people as he comes gonna be talking, they're gonna miss it. It's like missing a good movie. His story gonna be good from the come up. His story it's gonna be interesting from the gate. And from the gate. So in 2 more minutes, I'm gonna bring Elder in. He gonna be live. He gonna have the screen. So I ain't gonna be talking to a screen. We're gonna be talking like this. It's gonna be real. He said, "I can't wait to hear Elder." Yo, Elder is big on YouTube, man. He's huge. He said, "Get your popcorn ready." I can imagine how Elder feel right now, man. All the love he gets, man. And he don't even have a channel. That's some mafia type shit. He don't even have a channel. You can imagine if he had a channel. He got a channel, but not a basketball channel. He don't even have a channel. No, he gonna show his face. Nah, he gonna show his face. Goat Mike, what up? Oh, you never seen him before? My boy Planet Randy is in the building. Planet Randy, man, always, man, help me out, man. I ain't gonna lie, Randy helped me out a lot, man. Sandra said, get your popcorn ready. Desmond said he can't wait. My boy Banks from Detroit. My boy Dijon. Dijon said he shared the video. So in 1 more minute, I'm gonna do it. Some people probably gonna have to watch it later, but this gonna be dope. No, he got a channel. His channel is, to be honest, his channel is better than basketball channel, the shit he do. But I'm gonna get into all that. When I tapped into his shit and I look and I start getting into him, I'm like, yo, this dude's official here, man. Cause he on some shit I'm on. You got okay. I'm bringing him in now. Y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting. Bringing him in now. My boy Bonnie is in the building. Say he's ready. Malachi is in the building. The link been dropped, boy. The bomb been dropped. If I was more computer savvy, I could do a little more. So y'all got to work with me. I can't got all the bells and whistles like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the bells and whistles, but I do interviews. So, and I do a little background. I'll be like, I do my little research. I know about every team. That's right, and your Pistons. Here he is, the GOAT. What's good, bro?
Trying to get it right. So you can
Yeah.
move the chair. There we go. All right.
Yeah. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. Salute, my brother. Good to see you. Shalom.
Yeah, you got a lot of people here, man. We're going ahead, but first I'm gonna start off by we're gonna go from the beginning. I'm gonna tell you why I did this interview, right? I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
When I seen you on, but I'm gonna get into that later. And then I tapped into you, and then when I saw your page, your YouTube page, I'm like, God damn, this is some next level shit. I'm like, nah, this got the story. It had to be. And then when you told me your shit, when you got the peoples, I said, oh man, he got the peoples and he ain't no problems. I said he's a beast, but we're gonna get into that though. Y'all got to please stay on. Do not leave, man. Do not leave. Stay on, because the story, I'm gonna hit it. We're gonna go in order. So first I'm gonna start. Elder Rufus, let the people know where you from and how it was growing up where you's from.
All right. Salute again, my brother. Shalom, Kareem. I appreciate you having me on. It's extremely humbling. The love being shown. I appreciate it all. And all this is for the Most High Yah. He get all the glory. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm originally named Rufus Carswell Jr. I'm originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I grew up there. Pretty much was there my whole life. I left for college a little bit, then I came back. I had a unfortunately, typical, like Afro-American child being raised and reared, dysfunctional home, no dad around. Mom was, addicted to alcohol and things of that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? So just the drugs, the alcohol, the violence, all of that was there. And it got to a point where, well, how far you want me to go into this? You want me to just roll with this, Kareem, or what you want me to do?
Roll.
Okay.
Bro, I'm gonna come in and chip it, but I'm gonna hear the story. People listening.
No problem. And I won't try to go through everything. Like I said, it was rough. Growing up in the hood and being poor and on welfare, all that kind of stuff, and got to a point where my mom abandoned us, not once but twice. And when she did it when I was 14, that was the last time. And at that point, because when my mom was in her right mind, She's gone now, but when she was in her right mind, she would do things like foster care and all that stuff. So we learned kind of what the foster care system was all
Hold on one
about.
second. Hold on one second. When you say we, your siblings, can you get into like
Oh,
brother, sister?
yes, sir. I can do that. No sisters, all boys. It was six of us. It was six of us,
Wow.
and I was the baby for 9 years. I got one younger brother that's 9 years younger than me, and so I had four older brothers, and so we just learned how to fend for ourselves. With mom not being around as much, no dad ever around, and when I was 14, that was the time she left for the last time, and I had to make a decision on if I was gonna go into the system or survive, and I just chose to survive. Again, because she was a foster parent, she had over 100 different foster children in and out of our house, over a 5-10 year period. I saw how bad the system was when it came to taking care of, especially the black children. So I wasn't going to commit to go to that system. So I did what I had to do. Hustled and just just made it happen, bro. And I remember getting my first apartment 2 weeks before my 15th birthday. And
Wow.
people say, "Well, how the heck you do that?" It's like, hey, money talks. You know what I'm saying? You're in the city, you know how that is. Money talks. And the guy knew I was underage, but I had the money, and I had some references because I had lied and got me a little job working at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I was such a good worker that y'all know what a ledger is. For the when you pay your local bills, when you got to get dish detergent, all that kind of stuff. That's what they paid me off of because I couldn't fill out like W-2 paperwork and all that kind of stuff. But I was such a good worker. They went on ahead and paid me out the ledger every week or every other week, and so I've been a grown man for a long, long time. You know what I mean? And
So, your brothers,
yeah,
you said six of y'all. Was y'all close, and how did all y'all together take when the other foster kids came in? Did y'all bond together closer, and how was the feelings with that?
growing up poor, not having nothing, man, you used to sharing every little thing you got. So the foster children coming in, we felt even worse for them. You know what I mean? And that was one of the more consistent times of income. You know what I'm saying? Where my mom would have some income coming like that. So we just never were greedy. And when I say we weren't greedy for possessions, we weren't greedy for food, and we definitely weren't greedy for time. You know, mom having to spread her time out and her energies and effort. So we were close. My brothers, we were all close, but we didn't command a lot of time from each other, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We were close. Something went down, boom. You already knew the hurricane was coming. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't require a lot of time from each other. Each one of us had different things that we were doing. And at this point, when my mom had left that last time when I was 14, two of my brothers were with their dad. They had already made their move, try to get back with their father and all that good stuff. So they were actually living in a whole nother state. They were out in California. So it was really the four of us. And then my youngest brother, that was by my stepfather, and he was like the only man I ever had in my life. Um, and he was there for I don't know 6 or 7 years, but because he was an educator, he was a Nigerian, he was an African. So because he was a real smart dude and he was an educator, put it this way, he went to school at this college called Tri-State. He taught at the college, and then he was the foreman of the big plant in the same city. So he wasn't home a lot. You know what I mean? He was there teaching, going to school at the same time, and working there. He would take care of home, of course. Our home was fine at that time and all, but there was just not a lot of time for us to bond and talk and do all that. And I mean, him had a really good relationship. And it's funny, Kareem, because there was an opportunity for me then, before my mom left, my freshman year, where I almost ended up moving to New York with him. He moved out to New York. I'm sure you know what Canandaigua is, way up north,
Oh,
right? Canandaigua.
oh yeah,
You ever
yeah,
heard
yeah,
that
yeah.
city?
That's
Yeah,
not where I'm at.
yeah. You in the city, I know, but
Yeah.
he had moved to Canandaigua, and I was gonna have an opportunity to move there with him, and it didn't work out. And but he took my younger brother. So at this point, we only got three of us, me and two of my older brothers. And when she left, that's what it was, just us. And the one brother, he was older, out of school, out of high school, doing what he do. My other brother, I think he went and stayed with like family and all that stuff. I just decided to make it. You know what I'm saying? I just decided to do it on my own. And now, mind you, I'm still in high school. I'm a sophomore in high school. You know what I'm saying? And really, I'm a freshman. I'm going into my sophomore year, and I just decided to make it happen. So I got the little job, lied about my age, and I worked, and I went to school. Didn't miss a day because I need to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I could eat at school. So I didn't miss a day of school. Only time I missed when I was suspended. I got in a fight or something like that, and I think that was only like 4 days in my whole high school career. I only missed 4 days of school,
Wow.
and you know I just went through the grind, man. I paid bills and paid my rent, paid my utilities, and you know went to school every day and still went to
So,
practice because I still played football and basketball.
so okay, now you play football and basketball. So
Hmm.
I want to know position you played in football and basketball, and at that particular time, what sports you loved the most. This your
I,
sophomore year you're talking about, right?
yeah, my sophomore year, I was a varsity basketball player, and they had me playing like small forward, power forward. Um, that's what I was playing in high school because I had grew then. I was this height now, 6'3". So back then in high school, that was
Yeah,
good height. Yeah, that
yeah.
was good height. So I was like a small forward, power forward, and I had good hops and stuff. So real strong, could play defense. I was skinny, too. I was when I graduated, I was 6'3", of course, and 179 pounds. So, but I was just strong. And in football, I was gonna be wide receiver, and then some things happened with the team, and the coach convinced me to play tight end. I wasn't with it. I was like, no, no, I don't want to play tight end because I had bets with my buddies that I was gonna win MVP of the team, right? And and I didn't think I could do it playing tight end. You know what I'm saying? So, but he convinced me because he changed the playbook a little bit, this and that, and I went out and then I still won MVP as a tight end. So, but I played tight end my high school year. When I got recruited to go to college, they were going to play me at wide receiver though. They were going to move me back to wide receiver because of course I was 6'3". I ran like a 4.54 back then. I was good. I had some good speed because I ran track too. I was a track runner. I ran the 400 long jump, did stuff like that. So I was just an athlete. I was just an athlete, bro. Yeah.
So your senior year, you still playing both sports?
That's the year I actually played both sports. I played both sports my senior year, and I love basketball more than anything. And I was all city, all conference, all region in both. Honorable mention, all state in both. But I love basketball more than football. I did. I was at that time though. I was better at football than I was basketball. I don't want to admit that, but I was better at football than I was basketball. So because
So
I was getting recruited by all the Division One schools, the Big Ten, a couple Big Ten schools for football, but basketball it was more of the NAIA
yeah,
Division
yeah.
twos. You know what I'm saying? It was those kind of schools recruiting me for basketball. So, and I wasn't feeling that. The Kentucky Wesleyan, which is a really good school and all. I just was like, man, I want to play big time basketball. So I knew then I'm gonna have to take this football scholarship, but I'm only gonna go to a school that's gonna allow me to play basketball too. So that's what I did. I wanted to do that. But I ended up not even making it to those schools because I signed with a big school, Big Ten school, but I didn't make it because I got in trouble at the end of my senior year. So they pulled back the scholarship. I was all depressed, jacked up. So I said, I'm not even going to college. I ain't even gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna go to work, skip it. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing this for a while anyways. So I went out and got me 2 more jobs, and I had 3 jobs, and I just worked. And one of my good friends that had met me when I was in high school, his name is Eric Vaughn, Coach Eric Vaughn. Um, Real popular guy in the NBA circuits. A lot of people know him in basketball circuits. But he knew about me and all, and he saw me, and they have this thing called Pro Day at the local YMCA, where the pros and Division One players, they don't want to play with the scrubs. You know what I mean? So they had a whole day where they got the gym, and he got me in because he played at the local Division One school, IPFW. So he was the one that got me in, and he saw me playing, and he was like, "Man, how old are you?" And I told him I was 18. He's like, "You too talented. you gotta go to play ball at school, and that's how I ended up going to the Rochester University, and that was my basketball thing. And then I ended up, after I got out of school, I ended up playing a few years of semi-pro football. Um, that came because I was playing in that pro-am league I was telling you about, the NBA pro-am league I played in Flint, Michigan. One of the guys saw me playing basketball, and he just came up to me and said, "Hey, man, I think you make a good football player." Next thing you know, a few months later, I'm trying out for a semi-pro football team, and then my local, my city I was in, got a team the next year, and I ended up playing a couple years for them. But football, I ain't gonna lie, I was really good at it. I didn't have a love for football like I did for basketball.
So if you had the love for it, you'd been it. If you had the love for football,
Yeah,
because it kept bringing you back to football. Just think
yeah.
you got rooted, and then you stop, and then the guy said, "I think you'll be a good football player." Then you went back to football. So that
Hmm.
probably was your calling card, but you didn't love it.
I didn't, man. And honestly, growing up the way I was, there was a lot of things about college and sports I was just ignorant on. Just having a mom, no dad, no real men around to teach me that kind of stuff. Honestly, this is, kind of embarrassing a little bit, to my shame, bro. I really didn't know the difference from like a big Division 1 and a small Division 1. If you wasn't a big name school, I thought you was worthless back then. You know what I'm saying? So I had small level, max schools and small Division 1s like that recruit me. I didn't know that was a good big school. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want watching you playing against Indiana or Purdue or Michigan State or Minnesota, if you wasn't doing that, I thought you was nothing. And that was just how ignorant I was when it came to it. And then by the time, I did go to college, and all this came to me quick, and I learned all this stuff. I really realized, because I thought, coming from the hood, being poor, the only way I can get to college is through sports. And when I finally got there, I realized I didn't need sports for college. So it took away a lot of my motivation and stuff. And then I also had a child, you know what I mean? Because I ended up having a child young. So I had a daughter, and I was just like, if I got an opportunity, I can go work, take care of my daughter a little bit better, bump school, bump sports. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of how it ended up going with me.
So okay, so where it become, because you was a sports agent. Now
Okay.
where did that come in at being a sports
Where
agent?
that
How did you
where that
get into
came
it?
in at, what I was like a recruiter for a sports agent, is what it was technically. And where that came in at was, in the whole process of all this stuff. There's some big time sports agents from my area, um, and we became friends. And so what they did, they were big in football, and what they wanted, like my buddy Eric Vaughn, I told you about earlier, what they wanted was us to help them get the basketball thing rolling for them, because EV, he had the gift of gab when it come to basketball, the knowledge, all that kind of stuff. I had knowledge, but I was more of a salesman, honestly. I mean, I could sell ice to Eskimos. You see what I'm
Somebody
saying?
said that yesterday on the
Yeah.
chat. They said you're a salesman.
Yeah, and I just was, and so when you put us two together, we made a pretty good team. So, and it was in that era when LeBron and Darius Miles and all them cats was coming out. Other guys that I'm good friends with, like Bonzi Wells and Zach Randolph. These are all local guys that was around at this time too, that we were trying to get in on as well. Now Bonzi ended up signing with us, but then he ended up leaving, going with what was that, Master P and them. Remember when Master P and them
Yeah,
came in
yeah,
and
yeah.
buying 8 clients and stuff? That's when all that stuff was going. It was right around that same time. But that's what I did that for a few years, and really what it was, you got to understand, I already had a career. You see what I'm saying? I already had a career. And my buddy Eugene Parker, he's an agent. He used to be Deion Sanders' agent. He's passed away now. Maximum Sports. That's who I was affiliated with. And but he got it out the mud. He got it the hard way. So he was like, "Look, y'all gonna get out there. Now we'll give you money for travel, all that stuff. But no nothing until you make a sale, till you get somebody in. Then you get your cut commission wise and all that." And for me, it wasn't that big of a motivation, because I already got a career. I already got good money coming in. You know what I'm saying? I was already in the automotive industry, and I was already doing pretty good as a young man. So I wasn't as motivated to be spending my weekends traveling to Ohio, traveling to Missouri, traveling to Texas. We driving all over the place trying to recruit these high schoolers because back then, remember, guys could still come in from high school and go to pro. And we were going
Yep.
for big fish. We weren't, Charlie Ward was a guy that ended up signing with us, and because he chose basketball instead of football, so he signed with us. So I mean, we were going at the big fish. Like I told a lot of folks, we was in the recruiting on LeBron. We was trying to get LeBron back then. Like I said, Darius Miles, he was number 2. He was the number 1 high school player his year, number 2 pick. We
Yeah.
were trying to get guys like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and Bonzi was another big guy. A lot of people know Bonzi Wells. He was another big guy, but he was a local. He was right there in Muncie, Indiana, so he was kind of local, and we had an in with him. And but that's kind of how that went down. And then it spilled over into they got AAU teams started. So then I became a part of all of that. All of us, me, Eric, everybody, because we had 5 teams. We had an elite team, we had a senior team, junior, sophomore, freshman team, and we would travel all. We had an elite team. We would travel all over the country, and you done the AAU thing, man. Especially if it's just it's a drag on you, bro. You know what I mean? If you got a regular job, you got to miss these weekends, and you leaving Thursday nights late, you coming back in early Monday mornings from these tournaments in Houston and Vegas and California and Florida, and you know what I'm saying. So I did that for a few years, and it just the balance wasn't there. And I love the children, I love to assist, I love to help, I love to teach, but it just became a drag if you can't do it pretty much full time. You know what I'm saying? So after a few years of that, I was just like, look, bro, I'll help in other ways. On the outside, I'll help do the, setting up the all the logistics, because there's a ton of logistics, getting the vans and the
Yeah.
transportation back and forth to the
Lot.
games, the feeding of them, taking care of them when at the hotel. It's so much logistics. I said, I'll be more useful doing that when we get them in, because we was elite. We were getting children in from Africa and all this kind of stuff, bro, and putting them up, giving them housing. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff going on, man. So, but we went that route for a while, and then, like I said, I got out of that, and then a lot just started shifting when I moved away from all of that spiritually in my life. Things just really started moving and shifting. I was always a spiritual man, but it just really started shifting more on that end, and that's kind of where I'm at today. You know what I mean?
All right. So before we get into that, right,
Hmm.
I share some of the behind the scenes dealings of the NBA through my experience. Like I said, I got somebody in the inside. I work with them for years. I've been around NBA players, been around them all the time. But now we got the people here. Can you explain to them how, like, the deals actually start, trade talks, the inner workings of the deal when it's about to happen, not like how it start, like where it actually start from. Because I know
Hmm.
where. Can you explain to the people,
Yeah,
like
I
in
mean,
the working of a trade? How does it
it's
come together?
how it comes to a play. Pretty much, you simply have a team that is interested in a player, and that team contacts the general manager of the other team that they're interested in that player. And there's conversation that's going to be going back and forth, text messages, calls, whatever the case may be. Nothing is nothing until an official offer is made. Back in our day, that was faxed. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, they email it, text it. I don't know how they're doing it today. But nothing was solid on anything until you had an official offer. Once you had an official offer, there had to be a response from that other team, meaning yay or nay. Now, the intricate things that y'all don't understand is while this team is interested in this player, they're doing their best to keep it secret, not get it out because they don't want other teams trying to interfere and mess with it. But you may have the player itself and his agent have motivations to get certain information out. The other team could have motivations to get things out. So that's why you start to see these different articles and all this stuff get published, and folk be
Yep,
reading
yep.
and don't know what they actually reading, because you got to look at it and say who benefits from this article being put out, this information. And but back to the actual trade thing, so it gets to a point where you have to come to some kind of agreement. The first parts of negotiate, you wondered, would the base parts work? Would the base assets work? If I got player X and you got player Z, does that work? Would you be interested in player Z for player X? And if they say yes, then you get into more intense talks, because now you're finna start talking the monies and all that kind of stuff. And if that sounds like it's good, that's when the official offer comes. Then when the official
and
offer
that's why,
comes, oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
and that's saying because a lot of times the agent leak things, and that's why Laker always be in rumors because the Laker drive the prices up for other teams. They once they say
Yeah.
Lakers into now, it drive the price up. Because I remember a time with Mitch Kupchak, and they had to stop saying they interested in the guy. So that's why Mitch Kupchak was tight-lipped, didn't say nothing, because people was drafting guys, and sometimes the Lakers start throwing out the bone. And I told people how it go before it hit the NBA offer, it gets to the owners. The owners have to sign off on it because they got to see, like you said, that's the money part of it. So that's what I'm saying. And then that's what I explained to them about the Sacramento Kings, where when I said that Trevor Lane, where they didn't go right was when he said, "Oh, the Kings feel the Lakers shaft them." It wasn't a complete deal. Like I said, it was talk, and they agreed upon. The Kings backdoored and switched up and added the first round pick. That's what the Lakers did for Russ. So I would explain. Go ahead, you could finish explaining to them. But
Well,
that's
what happens there is if you got kind of a basic agreement, and then the other team adds something, now you back to square one, because that thing that they add may not work for your team. So now you going back and putting all your numbers and all the calculations together. Like that deal, the number one pick, he may have to get an approval from somebody to get rid of a number one pick. He may not have the jurisdiction and the power the authority to say, I can give you that number one pick. He's got to take that up. Other things he can say yay, nay to. You know what I'm saying? Well, this player, I got personnel. Out of my 15, 3 players are untouchable. 12 of them we can talk about. Any of them in their contracts. You see what I'm saying? But behind the scenes, what people don't understand is all these players. That's why I tell people trades got to work for the team, both teams, and it's got to work for the players. Because, again, look at the Jeremy Grant situation. I don't think Detroit had an issue with the Lakers package. Everybody kind of say they do. But I saw the report where Detroit sent that information to the Lakers saying, this is what it's going to take for you to get Jeremy Grant. Then Jeremy Grant comes and said, by his people, well, I want to be featured. I want this 4-year, $112 million extension, all these things. Then when that didn't bother teams from coming, then he says, well, I don't want to play with superstars. You know what I mean? So then he X'd out teams like Lakers, Brooklyn, all these teams. So everybody kind of like, whoa. But each time you add something, it puts you back to the beginning. You literally are starting over with the talks and the negotiations sometimes, because it changes it. And so the Kings can say they mad at the Lakers, but it's really the Kings' fault for trying to fleece the Lakers and get that first round pick for a guy that's not a difference maker, and he comes off your bench. So here it is, a bench player, and we giving you young talent and Kyle Kuzma on a good contract. We giving you a solid vet. You see what I'm saying? With Case, because remember they threw KCP and we had Montrezl Harrell. They threw KCP. I'm like, you getting a solid
KCP and him, it's insane.
That's
he may just be a little bit better.
Yes,
he may be a little bit better than KCP.
I agree. We're giving up too much with them two guys. But then you want to come on top and say, well, I want a first round pick too. And I'm like, hold on. And that's what the Lakers said. All we got to do is take a player we really don't want in Montrezl Harrell, who just re-signed with us, add him to this same package that Sacramento asking for, and we can get a superstar in Russell Westbrook. Now, LeBron them already convinced us that they want to do. Let's go with Russ. And,
See, Elder, and that's the thing why I get mad, like Trevor Lane, the big platform. Yeah, 400 something people. When you speak like that and you give it off as you understand what the King's saying, like, yeah, the Lakers they agreed to a deal, then the Lakers shipped the Russ. It didn't happen that way. You can't do that. Now you make the Kings or think that they did something. People sometimes start believing their own lies. And so that's the thing I don't like about it. That's why when I be passionate and I break down details, I'm not like a numbers guy to be like, oh, this, that, and that. But I like more of the team aspect. I don't like players. And so I see you're a diehard Laker fan. And this is what I want to know. And this is how I first heard of you. with the Ticket TV. How
Mm-hmm.
you and him relationship is? It seemed like he likes you, and y'all got like a mutual respect for each other. I used to be mad at him because one time I got on his show. Now his show a comment, he cursed me out. But then
Mm-hmm.
when I start seeing you and him interact, now I just see that's just him. Cause I
Yeah.
need like seeing you how calm, cool, collective you is. I said
Mm-hmm.
if he can put up with him and that's his thing, it's something I don't think Ticket a bad guy like that. So I
Yeah.
started looking at it a little different. And I see
Gotcha.
y'all have mutual respect. That's how I see you. Like you like like your name is huge on his channel. Like even when I emulated, I think I said your name on it. This for like I knew you, like how he talk. I emulate Ticket TV one day, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I don't know if you saw that one, but that's how I first heard of you. And then
Mm-hmm.
how that come about? You and Ticket, how that relationship come about?
I'm gonna speak on this Ticket relationship, and then I'm gonna actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna talk about like why I'm even online and doing the stuff I'm doing with you guys that got this kind of content.
Okay.
Ticket came about, and Ticket can be brass, and it's ghetto, and he cussing folk out and BANs and all this kind of stuff. But when I look past all that rough exterior, I see a person that wants acceptance. I see a person that wants to be a help, especially got a heart for the children. You see what I'm saying? And one thing Ticket will do is like to help you get your stuff going. Oh, he'll help you with all of that. When it comes to getting going on YouTube, he'll come on it. He'll promote your channel for you. He'll send people over there. He'll support you. You see what I'm saying? So I look past all that rough exterior, all that mirage stuff I call it, because it's fluff. Because you're on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Face to face, most of them boogers ain't gonna say the stuff that they say. You know what I mean? So, but I look past that regardless because you got to be mature in this thing. And like I said, I'm gonna get to like what my goal is. Once I got on Ticket, and then there was other people coming up, and so I don't know all of everybody that's in the sports thing doing. There's a lot of channels I don't know about, but the ones that I have heard about, the ones I have been led to, one of the things that I do is show people how to get past the BS and still be mature and deal with each other in a manner. Because one thing that bothers the crap out of me is that our people continually wants to keep the curses going. We always want to be envious. We always want to be jealous towards each other. We always want to, and that's why I told you I agree with you what you're saying about how to be tearing down these black players. I get what you're saying. We are used to that. And then they'll put black figureheads up here to do it for them. You see what I'm saying? So when I see this type of thing, I'm trying to show folk, no, I don't care that Kareem and Ticket got beef, or Lamont and this guy got beef, or this guy and this guy got beef. If he's putting out something that can be quality, that can help you of your interest, first off, be a support. And then I'll come in and show you how to participate in their chat rooms, their panels, and do it in a mature way to where I don't have to tear you down. See, like, let's just say it like, and I know this ain't the case, but say you hate Ticket. It don't matter. I'm going to come over and support you because what me and you do is good together. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to go over there and support Ticket because what me and him do is good together, and they can see. So you'll get people that'll say, well, he's playing different channels. He's a shill and he's going over there getting information. No, and I don't do that for none of y'all because I don't come to you with nothing from nobody else's channel. And I
Yeah.
do the same for them. But I do support you. And see, people need to see it instead of just hear it. You got a lot of people that talk, but when you've never experienced it and you've never done something, somebody has to lead the way and show you how to actually do it. So I'm showing people how to befriend Kareem, how to befriend Ticket, how to befriend Lamont, how to befriend Bang, how to befriend Mookie. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing people how to befriend each other and get past the BS and show them how we can work together in this because there's things that you're very good at, Kareem, and them other brothers could benefit from it. But if we beefing over something stupid like your favorite player and my favorite player and his stats, you see what I'm saying? That's retarded. That's gonna stop us from growing. You see what I'm saying? And it's so much out here for everybody to eat from. So it's not like it ain't enough to get. You see what I'm saying?
But
But the
you
problem
know,
is that people like conflict, and I'm showing folk how we can come together and disagree. Like you could say, Magic is the GOAT, and I can say Kobe the GOAT. I'm showing folk that don't mean we got to be at each other's heads. We ain't got to call each other's mamas out and do all this dumb stuff. We could literally debate it, disagree, but still be cool and support each other in what's needed at the time. Because the things I got, if we got beef with each other, right? Real true beef over dumb stuff. When you really need me, you ain't gonna be able to come to me. You see what I'm saying?
exactly,
You ain't gonna be able to
exactly.
come
And
to
you're
me.
right about that. You're right, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I always give a big shout out to FYF, because I'm doing a live one day. I have no idea. I'm talking doing my live, the numbers going boop 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 boop. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like 300, 400 people live. I didn't know what was going on.
Mm.
He shared the live. He ain't had to do that. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't.
He didn't have to do that. So he shared the live, but prior to that, a couple people on my channel said, "Yo, Kareem, for your channel to grow, you need to get hook up because they said FYF good with computer. He know all this shit. They
Mm-hmm.
said he can help you.
Yeah,
Like, cause
he
my
can.
channel, you see my channel is plain. I never been, cause I've been streets, like, so
Yeah.
I ain't know all this. So they said, get with FYF. So when they first told me that the very next day, I got, but I was in the back, but I subscribed to him the next day. Watched him hit the chat. Then I joined his panel before. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He gave me some thing, but I ain't asked him for nothing. Like, yo, can you show me? I'm just, getting his vibe. I'm like, he knows sports, this, then a third. So, like you said, help each other. Like, I always like when Go Mike, I pumped him. So a lot of people be like, yo, Kareem, man, he do this and that to you. Why you still in my heart? Like, I don't look at it like that. And like the
Mm-hmm.
same way how you said people look at you as saying, you go to channel and you bring back information. I don't believe that. That's the same thing they come to me. Like I see people like, yo, 1 minute you saying this about Ticket, the next minute you saying nice things about him. Next
Mm-hmm.
minute you say nice things about Trevor Lane. I don't have no problem with them. But if they say something out of line, I don't
It
agree
is
with
what it is.
Ticket. I know Ticket knows sports.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he do say some things just for the traction. Cause I don't know the YouTube game. So now I'm starting to understand. I'm like, oh, he's doing it because he wants this. But he know his shit. Ticket
Bingo.
TV knows his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear he's a different person when you there. Because you
Mm-hmm.
challenge him. Like when he with
Yeah.
other people he talk, he could say dumb shit. But when he with you, he don't come at you like that. He come with
Yeah.
some real y'all. I like y'all
You know where that comes from, though? That comes from me coming into his arena and giving him ultimate respect, honoring him. When he says certain things on his channel that he don't want, I'm like, cool. This is your channel. I have to respect it, regardless if I like it or not. Now, if it ultimately crosses a line for me, like, it questions like my belief system or something like that, now I got to make a decision if I want to even be around it or not anymore. You see what I'm saying? And I tell people, if you don't like it, why do you feel the need to come in and voice negative opinions and put downs? Just vote with your feet. Because even like I was using Ticket, my guy, he got so many more videos, right? But he may put out 10 videos in a day. Maybe only 2 of them interest me. And I'll go watch those 2 videos and I'll jump in the panel or I'll comment. You see what I'm saying? The other stuff I don't care about, I don't go watch it. Now, what I'll do to support, I'll go and hit the like button. You see what I'm saying? I'll still go do that. Even if I ain't gonna watch the video. Even if I don't, he could be saying Elder Rufus is the capologist of the world. Guess what I'm gonna do? Go like the video. I am. Because I know what that does for him and for everybody else. So when I come on
and
here, the
that's my
first
way
thing
to
I did,
support too.
I hit the like button. So I tell folk, you can't just come on talk. Because see, what all y'all do is give everybody else a platform to come talk. When you putting people on panels, Ticket, Bang, all these guys, y'all giving people to come in and voice their opinions and have this level of entertainment that other people's not going to give them. That's going to be censored. You're going to be blocked. You're going to be, you know what I mean? You ain't going to be able to come in and freely give it like you guys allow. And that's why I like your content and I support it. But I also see the good and how you guys want to help and the things that you specialize in. I see how other people could use it. So once we start learning this unity thing and getting past, hey, I can get up there and argue all day with Ticket. He cuss me out. I cuss him out, whatever. At the end of the day, he could send me a message right after that. Elder, you know I'm doing a thing. And I would send him money to support that thing he doing for the children or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I believe in what he doing.
I want to get to that because it's weird. Like, and I remember when man FYF was doing an interview, and he's like, "Oh, Elder, he, like you his big bro, y'all both from Indiana,"
Mm-hmm.
and like the money thing, you just sense money. Like, what is the significance behind that? Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube thing because I remember,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I never, not one time, ever asked nothing. All I say, hit the like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your why you do that? Like, you go to these
I
different
think
panels and
I,
you
I think
support, like,
you're I think, and I'm gonna say it like this to you. I think you're wrong for not doing that, brother. Get out of that. I think that for as men, we don't want to ask because we're used to taking care of. But you are putting a product out, and I don't know anybody that produces a product that costs them time, energy, and money, and don't get back what it's at least worth. You see what I'm saying? So when people want to come, you're giving them a release. You're giving them an outlet. You're giving them entertainment. They don't get to go to the movies for free. They don't get to listen to their music for free. You got to pay for that. So come over here and support. Now you don't have to, do this and do that, but at least say thank you. Send $1, send 5. Sometimes, not every day, but at least show the individual that you appreciate what they are doing because you're coming consuming the content that they're putting out. And I personally believe that's worth supporting. So if you get on and say, hey, if you decide to support, send it to this Cash App, send it to this PayPal, that took you 5 seconds, and I don't see anything wrong with it. And I don't even think you asked then. You just let the people know if you want to, here's where you do it at. You see what I'm saying? And folk will get at me and they be like, well, Elder, you don't do that on your channel. So how you telling other people to do it? I said, because my channel is not a content channel to entertain you. I'm not entertaining you with anything you see on my channel. I don't put it on there for entertainment purpose. I put it on there for educational purpose. I want you to see real life, real reality, what's really going on and how to prepare for what's coming. So this is why I support guys like that because I can't be no hypocrite and say, I'm here, I'm giving knowledge, I'm giving wisdom, I'm giving understanding, but I'm not supporting them. And they got, you already know it, Kareem, you got so many folk, they want to use up your platform. They in every panel, they dominating your chat, but they ain't gave you $1. And they got all this time over here, all this energy over here, but they ain't gave nothing to show that they actually appreciate the work that you're doing. And I think as a people, we got to change that. We got to understand we can't do this thing by ourselves. It ain't even designed for us to make it by ourselves. So if we can just show little by little a support. We got thousands of subs, hundreds of people coming in these videos, but only a couple people want to give to support. Don't tell me you don't have it. You got the time to sit there and listen to the videos and do all that, entertain your flesh. How about supporting a brother that takes the time, the energy away from his family and his wives? And you see what I'm saying? That to me is valuable. So show it that it's valuable. So anytime y'all need something, I'm going to be there to support you in something that's good. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to be no hypocrite about it. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I'm not doing. So all these channels, when I come, I think it because if I've been at Tickets, then I come over here, right? And you didn't had a little beef with Ticket. Guess what? Instantly in your mind, you're gonna say, man, I don't rock with that elder because he over there with Ticket. But then when I come and I'm just speaking facts, I'm just participating, I'm enjoying the stream, you know what I'm saying? And then I show you that I appreciate what you did by supporting you, that'll throw a monkey wrench in your mind, like, okay, hold on now. I know he over there with this crazy dude that I don't get along with, but he just dropped me $50. What that mean? You see what I'm saying? And I ain't buying nobody. What I'm saying is support. If you really believe in their content, which all of us do because we're over here, how about support? And I'm not saying everybody got to get $50, $100 all the time. $5 go a long way. Don't tell me you don't have that. At least say thank you to these brothers because they're taking the time out of their day, and sisters taking the time out of their day to provide something that you need. Sometimes I'm not even going to front. Sometimes I need that escape. Sometimes I need the escape of being able to go here, check this out, listen to just some sports for 15, 20, 30 minutes, right? something to get my mind off what I do daily. Then now I'm energized and I'm ready to get back in the fight. You see what I'm saying? So, but
Mhm.
if I'm gonna do that, it's, to me, it's no different than me want to watch a favorite movie, want to go to a show, you know, my favorite music, anything that entertains you. It's no different. So why come over and just be a slush and consume all the content and not show any level of appreciation? We as a people, I think we have an issue with that. Folks say, "Well, I'm broke." I'm like, "You ain't that broke, because I guarantee the phone you own, it probably costs six, seven, eight, $1,000, $1,200. The iPad you own, you see what I'm saying? We say we broke, we not. We not. You're not on no Obama phone watching this stuff, bro. Don't even try it.
But you
You
know
see
it's
what I'm
crazy.
saying? Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to LA Sports Live. He did say that to me. He broke it down. He's because he has a channel too, LA Sports
Mm-hmm.
Live. But he said, I just don't have the time. He said, I'm not willing to take the time away from my family to be on live. He said, you guys be
Mm-hmm.
on there 3 or 4 hours. And every day, you know, after the kids come from school and this and that. When he said it, I'm like, you know, he said, yo, and he broke that down. It made sense. And I was like, wow, is
Yeah.
that? But now your channel, what you
Mm-hmm.
do, your community. Can you
Mm-hmm.
explain to people what your channel is based on?
Well,
And you know,
oh,
go there.
mhm. Yes, sir. You can see my name is Straightway Georgia Elder Rufus. The Straightway Georgia represents the community that I live on. The name of my community is called Straightway Georgia. The name of the ministry that I'm a part of is called Straightway Truth Ministry. The head of that ministry is Pastor Charles Dow. He has a huge YouTube following here on YouTube, well over 200,000 people. And the ministry is worldwide. And I know a lot of folks say, "Well, I don't get into the religion." Well, we're not religious. At the end of the day, we believe the Bible and we live by the Bible, period. And some folk agree, some folk disagree. But even the stuff that you may not like when it comes to the religious side of it and that you may have been tainted on, look at the applicable things that we're doing that would benefit your life. And see, that's what the majority of my channel does. I let you in my life and see how we live as a people. And people say, "Well, I love my family," right? And then I'll hear them talk about the calamity in the world and the different things that are coming down the pipeline, but I don't see them doing anything to prepare. And I got, you know, most people know I have multiple wives. I have 3 wives, right? And I'm saying, if I really love them, ain't I supposed to protect them, produce for them, and provide for them? That's my job as a man. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, thank you, love. At that point, I got to take action and do something to make sure that these things that I see coming, my family's prepared, so that if this is taken away from us, or y'all saw how it was when COVID happened, shut the whole country down. You can't travel, you can't go to stores, you can't do nothing. What happens if that's extended? What do you do for your family? You see these test runs going all the time. So that's what my videos are there for, to encourage people and the ministry as a whole, from Pastor Dow on down, all of us. We all do this on our channel to show people, just go do it. And he's got to think about it. He's got 200,000 people on YouTube. That ain't the majority of them people ain't even close to being part of the ministry. But they take the things that we talk about and they go apply them. Buying land, getting out of debt, growing your own food, learning how to build, have trades and skills to where you don't have to depend and pay. You know, like this building, bro. I got it appraised. I just did a building, right? We just built the building, me and the brother,
Yeah, I
right?
seen it. I
You
seen
seen
it.
it? Nice, called a multi-purpose building, huge, right? Got an industrial kitchen, everything in it. It just got appraised for like 448, bro. Almost $450,000. Commercial is what that would be worth because it's a commercial grade building. You think it cost me $450,000 to build that? It didn't even come close to that, bro. Didn't even come close to that. But we came together as a family. We built that, and now everybody gets to benefit from that building. Because why? I call it multi-purpose. Because guess what we do? We feed all the saints in there. Everybody that comes get eat. I eat the same stuff they eat. They eat the same stuff I eat. Right? Every day, 2 meals. 8 o'clock breakfast, 3 o'clock dinner. I have homeschool in there. Anybody that's with us and around here wants to get their children, take them out of this public. We call it the public food system, because of what they programming in the children. We take them out of that and we educate them ourselves. You can do that right over here every single day. When it comes to fellowshipping, we got a fellowship hall where we can meet and gather. When we want to do big events, I got a place right there with a big old screen up there. So like when we want to watch Super Bowl, guess where we was all at? Right over there together watching the Super Bowl. But it's together and everybody sacrifices. Go ahead, Kareem.
So
I
when
see you
you
got something.
said this, when you said the school, so when y'all got the community for the school, do they get credit for as when they graduate, get they actually degree when they graduate out of high school? Which y'all
Mm-hmm.
have to, can you give the people the process? Because you told me this the other day.
Uh-huh.
But some people in here, the process y'all have to do to the Board of Education that
What you
from your homeschool.
Yeah. What you need to do as a parent is assess your child and see where they're at. And there are so many different homeschool curriculums and programs out there. You have to find the one that actually works for you. All the states got some kind of state curriculum that really comes from their school system. I don't recommend those. I don't, because you might as well just send them to school then. You see what I'm saying? I recommend you go with the outside ones that are more tailor made for your child, because you could have 3 children, all of them learn on a different level. The key for recording, right? Because think about it, if you go to college, what do they want? They want your high school transcripts, right? I've
Yeah.
never heard of college ask for your middle school or elementary. Now, some states will try to tell you that dumb stuff. Well, you got to report this to, and all that is so that they can track you and follow you and get you to report to them when you don't have to. The only thing that needs to be reported to the states is once you get into high school and from freshman to senior year. That's it. Because that's what the colleges are going to want to see. And then all you got to do, because all these programs you have is a Becca or anything like that, that's the name of one of the major programs. If you have something like that, it's set up that way. So then you turn that in to the state. You take your aptitude test to show that they pass and everything. And then colleges got the same transcripts they get when they go to when they go to high school. It's the same thing. And most of our children, because they're advanced, they're going to graduate at 16, 15, 17 years old. Most of them so smart, they're going to get scholarship offers. That's for the ones that want to go to college. Now, I'm not going to lie. We don't push a lot of children to college. We have some that I tell flat out, you got to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Because the way their mind is. But most of them, we trying to give them a skill. We trying to give them a trade. We trying to give them something of that magnitude that's going to be long lasting, not just going to school and, getting a political science degree, and then you can't go out and get no job nowhere because ain't no jobs out there for you, and then you done got in all this debt. And see, the way we don't believe in debt. So when you look at these homes and these lands and all this stuff we ain't got no debt on it. The Bible says that the borrower is a slave to the lender. Well, I want to be a slave to the master, right? I want to be a slave to the Most High. That's it, though. Not to bank one and not to credit here. You see what I'm saying? So, not saying that folk can't have credit. You can. I'm just saying you got to do that sometime. But the goal is debt free. So that's what we teach and that's what we preach.
You're right about that. 1 second. I see my man Red's dog asking y'all to show respect. I don't see what's going on, but this is a real mature interview. Reg, I see him a couple times. He's saying show respect. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all please show some respect, man? At the end of the day, I don't know I don't know, but if Red says show respect, he asked me about moderator. I'm gonna make him moderator. Can y'all show some respect? Because this is some real stuff here. People's taking their time out during the interview. So I'm gonna ask this. Now, you said 3 wives. Now, I ain't gonna lie. You really caught my attention the other day with that. Because I want you guys to think like this. Now, most people don't live this type of lifestyle. Now, we talking. Elder's like, yeah, I got a baby on the way. We're on live, and he's like, he had his wife right next to him. And he was talking about that baby mama. Yeah, mama. He said, oh, yeah, she's right next to me. No arguing. He said, oh, we're about to get a big house, and everyone gonna live together. So with that, now coming out of high school, right? You said you're on your own, you working, you had your daughter. So when the point where it came when you said, I think I'll have 3 wives, was your religion? Because you're not Muslim, right? Can you speak
No.
to what actual religion you are? And when it came to the point where you like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and how, like, people need to grasp it. How can you get women? Because I can't think of no women that I could get three and be like, we all together in the house, and I can't think of it like that. So can you explain to people how that goes and the thinking of what it is and why it works for you and why you think it can work for a lot of people if people were open minded? Because it's short out here and out here for women and men. It's short. Like women
Okay.
have to sneak around and he's
Mm-hmm.
doing this and women here. So, but it works for you. It was a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing the way you explained that. Can you explain to the
Yes.
people how
So,
that inner circle to working with three wives and your kids
mhm,
and now you're
yeah.
all gonna be living together?
Yeah. Again, a real man is responsible. He's going to do what he needs to do to take care of his children. I don't actually have any kids. That's baby goats. So I have children. But a real responsible man, he's going to take care of his children no matter what situation it is. Now, my oldest child, that came from just, a baby mama, what you would call it in the world today. A woman I had sex with, she got pregnant, we had a child, but I took care of her. She's in her 30s now. You see what I'm saying? My second oldest child, I was married before I was married in the world and I had a wife. We divorced. We had a child though. She's 25 years old. I still take care of her. You see what I'm saying? Now, once I told you the spiritual things started to really kick in and I really started getting an understanding of what this is and what I'm supposed to be doing spiritually, that's when the Bible really opened up to me and I understood that being polygamous is not a sin. You look in that Bible, it's all through that Bible. Now, don't get me wrong. The people that have translated the Bible, they have tried to make us believe that monolygamy, meaning one man, one woman, that is the way of life. If you look around the entire world, it's not. There are more polygamous countries, people practicing polygyny than it is just monolygamy. That's a European concept. Now, is there anything wrong with monolygamy? No. If a man says, I want to have one wife, there's nothing wrong with that. You see that in the Bible. You see polygyny in the Bible where man has more than one wife. Guess what else you also see in the Bible? You see celibacy. So the Father actually has no problem with any of that. It's your choice, right? It's your choice. You want to be polygamous? Make sure you can handle it. See what I'm saying? I don't recommend it to a lot of folk because I don't think their makeup is made for it. You see what I'm saying? Um, you want to be monogamous with just one? Cool, no problem. You want to be celibate? I don't have any issue with that either. They're all biblical. You choose it. Now, what made us go this direction is because I see the need for it. I truly see the need for it. If we're being real true and we're being real honest, especially in our community, melanated people community, they're losing, we're losing the men to so many different things: the drugs, the alcohol, the crime, the murders, the imprisonment, the the homosexuality. These are all things that take black men away from black women, right? So when you start to do those numbers, there were already more women than men anyway. So then when you start to take away from that pool, from these different things, it's literally like 10 to 1 black women to men. And the Europeans would want you to believe that every single one of you women are going to be able to get you a black man. Now, how's that, numerically possible? It's not. But here's the thing, though. This is, and I want y'all to really think for a second. Get past your preconceived notions, because I know a lot of folk right now. You shut me out. You like bump that. No, 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 no to 3 wives. No to more than one. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just being open minded and listening. Because I get with sisters and I tell them this stuff all the time. You got a problem with me taking care of 3 wives. They're not 3 girlfriends. They're not 3 jump offs. They're my wives. And I provide for them. None of them have to go out and work in the world to bring in income for my house. That's my job, and I do that. You see what I'm saying? But you cool being in the dating world, going out, meeting people, giving yourself to people, opening up your body to folks, just giving yourself, making all these negative soul ties with folks. And then when you do find the one guy that's halfway interested in you, you know he got something on the side. Just don't tell me though. Don't bring it up. Don't embarrass me. Just don't tell me. But you already know he got something else going on over there. And he probably got something else going on over here. And you'd rather be in a scenario and situation like that because you think you could be the one to snatch him away from all these other women instead of being in something that's structured, that's holy, that's pure, that's righteous, and you're taken care of. Because let's keep it real, women's number one desire is to be taken care of. They want to be secure more than anything. Now, men, we're visual. We're gonna see the lips, we're gonna see the breast, the booty, the beautiful skin. We're gonna see all that first. But a real man will step up to the responsibility and say, you know what? This is how I can add value to you. And this is what I see you can do for me. And that's what I see the need for. There are so many sisters that are good in heart, good in spirit, good in mind, but they've been programmed the wrong way. And they need a real man to come in and say, okay, let me bring structure to your situation. And then let me give you the things that you need to be a successful help meet. See, women were created to be our help meets. They're here to help us build what we have. So like in my house, I got 3 wives. They play functional roles too. One is an office manager. Why? We got 3 businesses. Somebody got to handle all the paperwork and all this kind of crap. You all right? I got one with a medical background. What she do? Make sure everybody stay healthy. You see what I'm saying? And then I got one that's an educator. She was a teacher, and my newest Ashai, my newest wife, she was a teacher in a big Houston public school system for almost a decade. As soon as I told her I was going to marry, guess the next thing I told her? Well, you coming off that job? Go ahead and retire. It's over, because we don't need that no more. I need you here educating our children. I don't need you educating the children of the world. I need you educating our children. And guess what she does? Educate our children. And I also needed her to have seed for me. So that's what she's now. That's why she's pregnant now. But everybody has a role and a function. And when you have a common agreement, because you asked what religion, I'm not any religion. What I believe is the Bible. And the Bible says that all of Israel shall be saved. So when you read that Bible, Hebrew Israelites are his chosen people. That's just what the Bible says. Now, some say, well, it's doctored, whatever. It works for us. It works for us. So I'm a Hebrew Israelite by my culture, right? Now, I'm not, hold on. Hey, Kareem, you in New York, so I know sometimes y'all see a bunch of people standing out on the street corner cussing out what. That ain't me. Yeah. That's not who we are.
They go hard.
That's not us. Yeah, that's not us. That's not us. I don't see that in the book. So I don't subscribe to that, and I don't subscribe to any level of hatred. Anybody that goes over to our website, the straightwaytruth.com website, you will see a big old picture that when we come to the feast days and all our family come together, and you're going to see every nation under the sun, every creed under the sun there. If you keep his law, statutes, and commandments, you accept it. So your color, your race, none of that stuff matters to us. You see what I'm saying? None of it is relevant to us. It's, do you love Yah enough to keep his commandments? That's what we care about.
Yo, but you a bad motherfucker, because I see where you get it from. Because you said you was a salesman. How did you sell? Let me ask you this. Is all your wives, if they into that life, if all of them into that, because how you sell that though? Like,
hold on, Kareem. Don't you missing it? You missing it. What do women want?
No, you right. Go ahead.
What do they want?
They want love. They want security. They want security.
Wants to be secure. That's her number one thing. She wants to be secure. So at the end of the day, I got wives that believe the book just like I do. So when they read it and see, like here's a quick example. We all say we want to go to heaven. When we read in that book, in Revelations, it talks about the 12 gates, right? Those gates have a name on them. What are those names? It's the 12 tribes of Israel. You're going to be in one of those 12 tribes to get into the kingdom. Well, where did those 12 tribes come from? It came from a man named Jacob who had 4 wives. And he had 12 sons by those 4 wives. So people say they have a problem with polygyny. And I'm like, your favorite authors were all polygynists. I guarantee it. All the ones you love to quote, they were polygynists. So we can't be hypocritical about it. Now, if a man says, hey, I just want one, like Isaac did. You have Abraham, who had 3 wives. Isaac had 1. Jacob, these are the 3 progenitors of our faith. Jacob had 4. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. You're going to go through one of them gates. You're going to be one of them tribes. But you're going to be mad that the man that created all of this had 4 wives. Stop it. We got to be right. But you cool being a girlfriend. You cool being a jump off. I don't have to sell them, bro, is what I'm telling you.
Nah, but
They see that. They see that. And then here's the thing.
yeah, I
They've been
like
out
it.
in the Hey Kareem, they've been out in the dating world. They've been tossed to and fro, turned over upside, all the crap that men do to them, all the stuff that they do to themselves. And now they see a man that says, no, 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 no. I'm not only going to bring you in and help you restore yourself back to righteousness where we could put value back on you. You ain't no cheap $40 date. You ain't no cheap. No, I'm serious. Think about it. Most women are cool going to In-N-Out Burger
Applebee's.
or Zaxby's or whatever, and then a cheap motel or the back of a car or wherever you can get it at. That's sad. She not worth more than that. So I say I come in without the sex. I ain't selling sex. I'm saying to you, I see value in you. And you're going to be restored to a level of righteousness to where you're not that person anymore. So then I come in and I help you with that spiritually, first and foremost, without touching you, without trying to have sex with you, without trying to physically get in you. I'm trying to get into your mind spiritually to get you to the level you need to be. Then I make the commitment to you first and foremost. Like my first wife, I saw her one time, bro. One time. And after seeing her, guess what I told her? Next time I see you, I'm going to marry you. And guess what happened? 6 months later, I saw her. Guess what I did? I married her. We just had an anniversary yesterday. 12 years. We just celebrated anniversary yesterday. And guess what? I have 1, 2, 3 wives, right? I can bring them all in here right now. They'll all admit we ain't never had one argument. Ever. No disagreements. Do they like everything I say? No. But they have a role. And I have a role. I'm the head. I'm the lead. That's my job. It's your job to assist me. It's your job to be a helpmeet to me. I'm the one that's supposed to get a direction. Now, because we have such a great relationship, like I said, the one wife, she's in medical, right? I'm a fool, right? I got a little knowledge. I don't have what she got, though. So when something going on, I'm a fool to not say, hey, beloved, what you think about this? I got to get her opinion on it. I got to get her thoughts on it. And because she's trusted and she's shown her value, I'm going to roll with that. Same way when it comes to educating. Have I educated? I've taught my whole life. I've counseled. But she's taught for a living. I go and get her knowledge on that. When it comes to organizing and office management and all this stuff, we got 3 businesses I'm running around. Now, mind you, that's outside of the ministry. So just doing the ministry work is a ton for me. So then organizing all this, I get to go to her for that knowledge. But there's nothing to disagree about. My thing is if I need your assistance, I'm asking. And you pour in, just like when you need me, I'm going to pour into you. I don't have to sell them, bro. I don't have to sell them. And my wives understand this so much, and they care about women so much. If they had it their way, I'd have 10 wives right now.
So let me ask you this. I'm glad you said that, right? So that's your wives.
Mm-hmm.
So what if they come to you and say, I don't know if it's a religious thing, they want to hook up. Would you have a problem with that?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
If they want to hook up, like they want to do something. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't really know how it's structured, but the way you sound to me that you got 3 wives is you here, then you go here, then you go there. What if they want to tangle? Would you
They
have a
can make
problem
that.
with that?
They can make their requests known, but we don't function on selfishness. You see what I'm saying? We don't function on
Is
that.
that is
If
that
there's a
selfish?
need, yeah, it is kind of. When you're just saying, man, I need you. Now, this is the thing. Like, let's just say I've been with one wife 2 nights in a row, and then it's time for me to spend time with someone, with my other wife, my other covenant, and she wanted me. No, 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 I don't want you to leave. Stay with me. I'm gonna do it. That's selfish, bro. That's selfish. There's nothing wrong with them making their request known. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with them coming to me saying, hey, would you stay with me tonight? Okay. I still have to make the decision though, because they don't know what I got going on. They don't know what's going on because each covenant, each individual marriage is separate, but we're all one family. So there could be something going on over here with wife number 3 that wife number 1 and 2 don't even know about. So they could be making a request that could be hindering wife number 3. So you can make it, but at the same time, Don't get mad if I say, no, that's not going to happen tonight. I'll see you, when I get to you. I see you when I see you, you know, and it's all respectful.
Okay, so how it is? Do they have to run everything through you? Can your wife number one and wife number three can talk about the soap opera or the Grammy Awards? Can they call each other on some friend stuff, or it had everything got to get ran through you?
They're all great friends. All three of them are great friends together, and they don't watch TV. So I guess I can't comment on the soap operas, the Grammys, all that. We don't have time for TV. This is our entertainment, really. What I do online. Because when I'm on a show, like if I'm on your panel, Kareem, guess what they doing? They in your chat room.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. When
Wow.
I'm on the channel, they in your chat room because they trying to check and see the atmosphere and what's going on. And then they let me know because they know when I'm in here, I'm this. I'm not looking at the chat. So they'll let me know, oh, this such and such person saying this, and this booger like this, and oh, he just disagreed, or this one hating on you, blah 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 blah. We're a family, but they do a lot. They don't have to, you know, hey, can I go talk to wife number two? No, it's not like that. It's just
Oh,
we're a
okay.
family. We function. We have responsibilities on a daily basis. So, they know, like, my one, she's getting over there getting school going. The other one's over here organizing. The other one may be getting dinners ready for the Saints. Because again, we are a community. So we have responsibilities daily to do. No one's just sitting around drinking coffee and tea and talking and we enjoy fellowshipping with each other. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that is taken away from if you front the boob tube all day and watch TV. I'm not saying we don't watch movies. You heard me say, hey, we'll watch the Super Bowl and we do big fights sometimes, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? For the brothers, you know what I mean. But the sisters, they get together, they talk. They'll have a movie night sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of our day is consumed with each other. We're consumed with growing with each other, and we love communicating face to face, talking with each other. My three wives are three best friends. They three pods, and you ain't separating them. I can tell you that right now. You ain't separating them sisters.
So
They love each other.
I know you said right now everybody got their own place, and you said you about to build something where all y'all could be under one roof.
Hmm.
They looking forward to that because I think it's they looking forward to one roof.
Oh yeah, that's how. And I'm actually doing that now because I had it separate, but I ended up moving another one of my brothers. We redid a home. You might see it like when we're walking. When you see the building, when I'm walking to that multi-purpose building, there's a home there to the left. We totally gutted it and remodeled that whole thing, so it's brand new all on the inside. Instead of putting there, I put a whole nother one of my brother's families in there. So then what we did was all come under one roof right now. So right now I'm actually under one roof, but I'm still building a house. I bought like a 2 acre plot of land that's right down the street from me. You can literally see it from my house where we is here, and I'm gonna put it down there and do a playground and some other stuff we're gonna do down there. But we're doing that because of their decision. They want to live under the same roof. That's their desire. They don't want to be in three separate dwelling places. They all want to be under the same roof. So I'm just going to build a house to accommodate that, and it'll have suites on the home for each of them. So like each one will have their own room, bedroom. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh,
bath,
okay. That's why.
bedroom. Yeah, they'll all have their own suites, pretty much is what it do. I'll build it
Oh,
to where, and that's the
I
thing
thought
when you
you probably
build.
have.
Hey, that's a good thing when you build, you can make it the way you want it. So I'll
That's
just
true.
build the home. It'll be like 30 by 80, and I'll have two suites on this end, two suites on this end, me an office on this end. We just make it the way we want to make it, and then they put their input in. Well, I would like this, I would like this, cool, and we get it done. You know,
I
so
thought. I thought. See, you said that they all gonna have their own suite. I thought when they gonna be under the roof, you was gonna get a big California king bed, and you like this, and all four of y'all in the bed.
bro,
That was my
that
vision when you said
I
that.
know, but that is perversion. No man should be in the bed with more than one woman. No woman should. That's perversion. We don't do that, bro. There's never a
Oh,
time where she has her room, her space, her area. The other one has her room, her space, her area, and the other one has her room, her space, her area. So when I'm with one, I'm only with one. When I'm with the other, I'm only
oh,
with the other.
okay.
It's none of that because I know a lot of people get into that and say that this. That's not, bro. That's perversion. I don't believe in that. So when I'm with one, I'm with one. When I'm with the other, I'm with
Oh,
the
okay.
other.
Oh,
There's
that
none of
makes
that
sense.
in the same bed. Only time you're gonna see something like that, everybody gonna have their clothes on and we sitting there watching a video together. You see what I'm saying? But nobody's in there on a sexual thing. No, never, bro. That's perversion.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So with
Hmm.
the kids, do you have to sit and explain to them when they see y'all, like, for they don't get confused? What age is when you have that talk with a kid?
Man, I was talking to my daughter when she was in my first wife's belly. The child I have in her, and I'm gonna have now. I spoke to her. Speaking to that child now while they're in the womb. I speak to their spirit. So all the time is what I'm saying. There's no magical age where you can talk about this now. This is their lifestyle though. You know, my 9-year old, she grew up into this. When we have home births, that's another thing we do. We don't have to go to the hospital to have our children. We birth them right here at home. I delivered my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah, I delivered my daughter. I delivered other children. I've circumcised children. You see what I'm saying? People think
Damn.
that you people think you got to have doctors for this, but I tell folk, when did hospitals come around? They only been around a few hundred years. So what did we do all those thousands of years before hospitals came? Ask your great grandma if you 40 and younger, and ask your great and you got a great grandparent, ask them where they were born at. Guarantee they was born at home. And I guarantee they had a midwife or their auntie or their uncle or their mama delivered them. You know, so we act like it's like a medical emergency to have a child today. It's not. You know what I
So you
mean?
not do C sections and everything?
We don't need that, bro. We don't need C sections. Mm-mm. All our children are born natural. We don't need no C sections, my brother.
But I thought
Now, if
sometimes
that
you had
if
to.
that came up, if that happened, let's just say it did. Medically, it happened. I would take them to the hospital. That's what the
Okay.
hospital is for. So I'm not against doctors. I'm not against doctors and medicine. You use it when you have to. My thing is I don't depend on it, and I think most people are trained to depend on stuff like that. You know. So people say, "Well, I gotta have an epidural." Well, see, that's just you. Women back in the day, they ain't had no option for no epidural. So they had them naturally, and that's what our women do. They have them naturally. So this child that I got coming, I'll probably be, well, one of my wives would probably do it, but it wouldn't be surprising if I deliver this child. Wouldn't be surprising, you know. And if it's a boy, guess what? On the 8th day, I'm gonna be the one circumcising. It's just how it is, bro. So,
Wow.
but I don't have. And here's another thing. Now I don't have no $50,000 hospital bill. You know, because we have down here in our assembly. I have 2 registered nurses and a doctor. They're all females, right? And a doctor in the faith, and all of them tell me it's anywhere from $50,000 to $120,000 to have a child today. You think I want to get them $120,000 for 3 hours of pushing? Nah, bro, we good. We can do it here. We got plenty of children to prove it. It ain't like my daughter's the only one. It's a bunch of children running around here that were born on this land. You know what I mean?
So
So
your community, right, that you have,
mhm.
how large is that community?
When you say large, mean people
Like, yeah, estimate. It had to be
that
roughly.
lives actually on the lands, because it's multiple lands I have here in this little area. About 20, maybe a little over that. Now that come here for fellowship weekly, that's going to range anywhere from 50 to 80 people. Most of the time, about 60 to 65. But on a low week, we have about 50 people come and fellowship. On a high week, we got about 80 to 85.
Oh
And they
wow,
come from all over. We got people that come here for the Shabbat to fellowship with us from 4 states: South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. They drive as far as 4.5 hours to get here sometimes just for fellowship. Yep.
wow. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, man. That's a hell of a story, man. And the out the, what you said about the women, it made a lot of sense. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, maybe some women might not want to look at it like that, but if
Mm-hmm.
they out cheating or they mess with a married man and doing it where they could reap the benefits altogether, it makes sense.
Bro,
I-
we are all about holiness and righteousness. And if it's in that book, we believe it and we live it. You know what I'm saying? Some things in the book apply. Most things apply to us. Some things don't. We don't have to do it. But things like that we see the benefit from it. And here's the key: there's prophecies in the Bible. You know, you can go to certain parts, and it talks to you about how in the last days you're gonna have 7 women clinging to one man, and they're gonna have this reproach on them, man. That only way they're gonna get it off is by being up under the leadership of a man, wanting his name. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it's designed. If you read that Bible, God never designed a woman to be out there on her own. She was always supposed to be under leadership, always. Starting from her daddy's house, going to her husband's house, and then if her husband passed, It was the quote unquote churches or the assemblies' responsibility to take care of that widow. So he had a design. We have fallen away from that. What we do here at Straightway is follow that. So all the women here, they are taken care of, and they are under the umbrella of me because I'm over Straightway Georgia. You see what I'm saying? And there's many tentacles to Straightway Georgia, just like there's many tentacles to Straightway the ministry. There's many more tentacles there, but everybody falls in line. Everybody has to be down with order because the God we serve is an orderly God. Everything is done in order and it's done decent. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it works so good for us. Now, some folks say, well, I want this, I want that. They're selfish. And you go out and do your selfish stuff and see what it gets for you.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Do you think it can happen for, let's say, a guy like me or the random guy say that's maybe not into that type of fellowship that like you said, it's not religion, but into that this a regular everyday Joe Smo. Do you think that you can possibly it happen where a guy have 3 wives and you
Yeah.
think that can happen?
You got a guy from your area, Polite. You know Polite, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He got a lot of wives. I mean, the key is this: just be in agreement. If you can't agree, you can't walk together. So you got to have a base foundation on something that you agree upon. I'm telling you now, real women, not selfish women, not aggressive women that want to be men and act like a man. Real women will have no problem with you being a man taking care of them, letting them get into their natural role of being providers and nurturers and raising children and rearing homes, which is their natural thing they were built for. Real women don't have no problem falling into that. And then here's the thing: when they have this, if they believe that Bible, when it talks about this brotherly love, this godly love we're supposed to have towards each other, why would she not want that for her fellow sister? Now, her problem, if she's selfish, she's gonna say, "Well, I want to have it, but I don't want to have my man." I'm not your man. My wives will all tell you, I don't belong to them. They belong to me. You see what I'm saying? They belong to me. I'm the one that has purchased them. I'm the one that is putting in the labor for them to protect, provide, and produce for them. So they're part of my family. You see what I'm saying? And a part of the problem we got today is everybody say, well, marriage 50-50. Really? No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because I promise you, somebody kick in that door, it ain't the wife that you're going to expect to get up and go fend off them from the children, and you expect the man to do that. We have different roles and different responsibilities. We were made differently. If we're the same, why you ain't got something hanging between your legs like me? We're not the same. Now in salvation, we're equal. Salvation, we are equal. Other than that, we're not. And we're not made to do the same things. We're not built to do the same things. I tell most men, one of your biggest things you got to have with your wife, you got to protect her, man, her mind. You don't need to be putting stuff in her mind that she wasn't designed to deal with. You want to vent, get stuff off your chest and all that, and you dumping on your wife, and then you wonder why she back crap crazy because you done put all this stuff on her that she ain't supposed to have. We have a real serious responsibility to lead, not just these wives, but our families. And so my children get to see that. They get to see Papa leading, but they don't see Papa, what the world say, they don't see him ducking no smoke either from nothing. Anything that pertains to this family, I'm the head and I'm leading it. And that's how it's supposed to be. And when you see fruit from it, when they can see that their lives have totally changed, they're not out there whoring themselves out no more. They're not out there on that nasty, funky, retarded dating scene. Show me dating. I tell people all the time, show me dating in the Bible. You say you believe it, show me dating in the Bible. Oh, are you supposed to get to know each other? Well, that's where the spiritual part come in. Because I didn't have to get to know my first wife. I saw her one time. I said, yeah, I'll marry you. And then I built her up to who I knew she could be from that point moving forward. And all my wives are brilliant. Every single one of them. They brilliant. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Let me brag a little bit or whatever. They brilliant. In the areas that they need to be, they are brilliant, bro. They serve me well. And they serve the saints well. They serve their children well. We're all serving. See, and that's the thing. They don't have a problem serving because they see me serve. They see me give everything. Like in this ministry, people think, well, these pastors, elders, they're making all the money. No, every dime I get, I give to the ministry. Every dime. So what you gonna say? You know what I mean? When I've taken every single thing I made, which is 10 times more than what anybody else here done made. You see what I'm saying? And I give it to the pot to put you on the same level as me. I could go and live in the big mansion and have all the fancy new cars, all that kind of stuff. I sacrifice that, put it in here so that we can all have all things common. So where your complaints? See, what I did is I eliminated all your excuses. Because when you saw me take a retirement fund and put it in there, when you saw me take commission checks and put it in there, when you saw me take overhauls and put every single thing in there, and then it paid for your family. It took care of your debt. It took care of things that you had going on. What you gonna say then? You can't tell me I don't love you.
So I'm gonna ask this question right before because I think somebody want to ask you a question. But let's say your son, he want to play sports. I don't know, but the way it seems to me, y'all, it's just in the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he get in homeschool and everything.
Yeah.
In order to be, play basketball on the team or sports, he likes sports. He see you like sports. How that works? Because he pretty much had to be on a high school team, but he's in a community with you guys. How that works if he say, "Dad, I want to play basketball."
Sorry about that. It really don't, because our life is not geared around that. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's not that they don't play, because you come here and be like, man, you got a big old basketball court back there. Yeah, we still get to do our things. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, we're putting a lot more things in. Like our children that age, when I was playing ball, guess what? I got these boys. They got free time to do that, but the majority of their time is when they're in school and then they're learning something with some skills, some kind of trade. So now if they decide, look, I want to be a basketball player, I don't want to do this. Well, a lot of things about the basketball player and the football player's life is against what we do, because we're not working on the Shabbat. We're not doing any playing. That's why you never see me on any of y'all podcasts or none of this stuff on Friday night and Saturday during the day until the sun go down. So if the Lakers playing Friday night, guess what? I'm not watching the Lakers, bro. It ain't that important to me for me to break the Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of that things in the world don't fit with what we do as a living, but everybody has a choice. I get a son that say, look, I want to go out and do that. Guess what I'm gonna do? You be like, all right, cool. That's your choice, bro. And I'm gonna set him up and he can go out and do whatever it is that he do. Now, one thing I'm gonna make sure of, because if he's made that decision to go out there and live that worldly life, I'm at least make sure he knows how to take care of himself. He's not gonna have to be dependent on folk. He'll still know how to build. He'll still know how to work on his own. He'll still know how to grow. He'll still know how to do all that stuff if he chooses to do it. He won't have to go out there and just be dependent like the majority of the people are on the world. I asked a woman one time, bro, this is a little side thing. I asked her, I said, what are you going to do? Because it was when the COVID stuff and all that went down and she was tripping about the restrictions on everything. I said, what you going to do today? They come and tell you can't have no water here no more. They're not going to provide you with water at your apartment. Guess what she told me? She said, I'm going to pay my bill. She said, I'm going to pay my bill. I said, no, sweetie. They're not asking for your money. They're telling you that's a service. People don't realize water, electric, gas, that's a services.
It's a service.
What happens the day they tell you, I'm not giving you that anymore? What are you going to do?
Exactly.
And she looked at me and she didn't have an answer. And I said, see, this is why I live the way I live. Because if that day comes, my family ain't going to look at me crazy because we're prepared for all of that. They ain't going to have to look at me. We're not going to change a beat. Everything we do is not going to change at all, because I'm prepared and set up for that.
So, I feel you on that. Red said he want to hear you say boogers. Boogers for one.
That's the word. I actually stole that from my pastor. He's the one got me saying boogers. And now I say it online, and everybody online saying it. You boogers. Yeah.
And also, my boy Niles said we got 113 likes. Rest in peace, Big L. We from 39th Street. He said, let's get the likes to 139 likes. That's the block I grew up on. Rest in peace, Big L. Can we get the 139 likes? So I'll let one person in here because everybody want to ask you questions. They so locked in on this. So I will let somebody in because we're gonna wrap this up in 5 minutes. So who wants to come on? I let one person in. Who want to come? I
Hey,
forgot who
real
wants to ask
quick,
the
Kareem,
question.
real quick. I see some folk mine are still kind of in the gutter. If you asking me any kind of question about perversion, I can tell you right now the absolute answer is no. We ain't never done nothing on a perverted level. None of my wives, and that ain't how we rock and roll at all. Never. So anything on the 2, 3, none of that. We ain't never done none of that. So get that thought out your mind. That ain't how we live. Just want to put that out there for the record.
Yeah, I think they more probably like the basketball. I don't think they want.
No, I see. I'm looking at chat. I see a few crazy questions like that.
Yeah,
No.
it is interesting because in our world, it's like people argue all the time. It's always
Hmm.
arguing, always for the littlest things arguing. So
Yeah.
like even going back to what you said, like you said you go to these channels and they there with you. You know,
Hmm.
I'm here a certain amount of time. You ain't you have to come up with the kids. You have to come do this. So I get what you're saying. That's why everything tonight you said made a lot of sense from
Hmm.
from the start. Even with the because I looked at things different. Like I'm like
Yeah.
it's not that serious, but you made a lot of sense. What you're saying, like, hey, you spend a lot of time, so
Yeah.
it has to be worth it. And then
Mhm.
even with the wife situation, like it's a lot.
We
It's
just
a lot.
love being together. We just love being together, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on this. I don't make them come into these chat rooms, y'all. That's their choice. That's never me saying, "Look, get in there and see what them boogers talking about." I don't do that. They want to. They want to hear. They want to see. So they choose. Now, some nights they go to sleep, but most of the time, if I'm up late with y'all and I'm on one of these things with y'all, they want to be in there. So they be in there listening. But that's their choice. I don't make them do that. That's their choice.
Yeah, so this definitely been dope, man. It's definitely been a pleasure. A lot of people, I'm so happy because a lot of people loving this, saying this. The interview was A1. He said, "All right, so I got one question. This from my boy, Planet Randy. He said, is there any moves Elder think the Lakers can make to fix this season?"
Um, yes, the number one move, and I know people tired of me saying this. The number one move the Lakers need to make is get rid of Russell Westbrook any way, shape, fashion, or form. He is the biggest cancer we have on the team. Now, do we have more issues than Russ? Yes, but you clear up a lot of things when you get rid of Russ. His play is just cancerous, and it does not fit with any other superstar. It just doesn't. And I gave him. I didn't watch Russ before he came to the Lakers, and I'm a Laker fan. I'm a fan of the Lakers, not players. I'm a fan of the Lakers. So I didn't watch Russ in Oklahoma City and all that stuff because he wasn't on my team. So when he came here, I said, let me give him 30 games. I know it'll take me at least 30 to analyze him. Well, after 20, I saw all I needed to see, and he's not the fit we need at all. And you can't win with a guy like Russell Westbrook. So get rid of him first, and then we can literally make minor moves from there. If we take John Wall, he's better than Russell Westbrook because he has a pure point guard mindset. His mindset's totally different. Even though they have similarities in their game, they 6'3", 6'4", athletic, they're two totally different players. So I would take John Wall over Westbrook. But even if we had to ship him to OKC for no players, I would do that. Let them eat his salary and ship him there for a draft pick. I do that because with him, we're going to. This is people say, where's the Lakers' identity? With Russell, this what it is: inconsistency, and that's the only identity we're gonna have with him. So then after that, make minor moves. We could just sorry about that, y'all. Get a guy that can play power forward because we have no backup power forward, and get another wing that can play defense. Get rid of a couple of these guards because we got way too many guards, and get guys in here. Get a guy in here that can be a wing defender and maybe play power forward because that's the imbalance that we don't have. We get that small imbalance. Get rid of a couple guards, bring in one other wing, and bring in another true power forward that can back up Anthony Davis, and I think we'll be fine at that point if we're
Okay,
healthy.
so in your opinion, do you think the Lakers making the playoffs?
If we keep Russ, no.
Wow.
If Russ is on the team past February 10th, I don't see the Lakers even making the play in, y'all. I really don't. I see it going totally south. I really do. Because you're literally, people don't understand how bad his play is. You are literally playing 6-on-4 with him on the court. You're playing
Wow. Okay.
6-on-4.
Do you think the Lakers gonna make a trade? In your opinion?
Yes, from everything I've seen in the past from this franchise, they when they have got this much money invested, they have to literally go all in. So they can't just be cheap and say, no, we're going to just scrap this season. It's too much money invested for them to scrap it. So I know they're exploring everything, and they have plan A, B, C, and D. I guarantee you the Lakers do. And hopefully we get to execute some of them. Like things don't go bad that we can't get to plan C. But I think the Lakers know that Russell Westbrook has to go for them to be any way chance to be successful. What they're hoping to do was get back multiple, because it's $44 million he makes. They're hoping to get back multiple assets that can help the team, because you can get it in a big whop instead of doing one for one and then, you know what I mean, still having to make moves to balance out the roster. Because if you get rid of Russ and you take on John Wall, you still got an imbalanced roster. We'll
Yeah.
become a better team, though, even with that imbalanced roster. We'll start winning more games and get well over 500 just by getting rid of Russ. Now, will we be able to win it all? Not with that imbalanced roster. Not with that imbalanced roster. We wouldn't be able to. Yeah.
So y'all basically heard it. He think a trade will happen, but he's saying if Russ on the team, no playoffs. So um, that's his opinion on it. So it's great insight. Who
Mm-hmm.
this one cool IP? Do you
One
familiar with
Cool P. You know One Cool P. She's a great supporter of everybody. That's a
They said
sister I
she
met
want
on
to
this.
ask you a question.
Oh,
One
okay.
cool Pete. Do you want to ask him a question on the chat, or you want to come up here for and ask him a quick question?
Yeah, One Cool P is a great supporter. She's out there in the Texas area. She's invited my family, to come, all my wives, all us to come out. So I know me and one of my wives got to go out there. So we're gonna meet One Cool P face to face when we go out there. Her. She call him Big Baby. her man. She call him Big Baby. He like 6'9".
Wow.
Yeah, he a big dude. They both in the trucking. She got like a trucking business. Good people. She's good people. And you know what? One thing I respect about One Cool P, she do the same. She get in here. She support everybody. You know what I mean? She get on the panels, give her talk. She loves sports, but she come in and you'll see she gonna be one of your biggest supporters. You putting out decent content,
You
she gonna
supporting me, One
support
cool Pete? You supporting your boy?
you. Oh yeah, that's what she do. That's what she do, man. Yeah.
All right.
So
So
it's these.
this link is for because I'm gonna have to go, but this One cool P says she had to say something real quick. So I'm gonna let One cool P in, and then tomorrow we're gonna have to stream again tomorrow. We could talk about this interview and whatever y'all want to talk about. But this gonna be real quick because I have to go in a couple minutes. One cool P, you could drop the link for you. You want to talk to Elder?
What's up, Felicia? Salute,
Felicia
Felicia.
was good. I'm
Another good sister, Felicia Williams. Another good sister in there.
oh yeah, Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia, yeah, I rock with
Another good
Felicia.
sister.
Felicia's
I'm
dope.
cool, Pete.
One cool P, what's up?
Not too much.
Yeah, I
Not too much.
appreciate
I've been
you.
sitting back just listening. I just got home myself, and Elder told me about the interview, and I had to log on and listen to it. I believe I called you right before you came in, Elder.
Okay.
But yeah, he's right. I've invited him and the all of the wives, but I think you just traveling with just the one this time, correct?
The first time, yeah, it'll be just me and
Right.
third wife, yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think someone goaded this situation for me to come on here and talk and ask a question because I said I find his lifestyle interesting, and I've shared that with Elder. I
Oh yeah.
find that quite interesting, and there's a lot of things that I'm curious to know. How does this work? How does this function? He's answered quite a few of them with things that he has said, um, but I'm interested really in the camaraderie of the women. I don't get along with too many women, let alone to live in a house full of them that close knit. And that was my
Mhm.
curiousness. But then again, me, on the other hand, I've lived a life. People will tell you, if anybody that know me, I have been in situations where I have pimped women, literally.
Wow.
One cool P used to be a pimpette, and
You
it was hard as hell to keep excuse my French, Eld. It was hard as hell keeping hoes in line Now, I'm not trying to say elder your women are hoes. Please, please, please don't
I know
take
you're
that as
not.
that.
I know you're not saying
All right, I'm just
that. I know.
what one cool P will do is keep it real.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so um, I don't have too much of a filter, and I don't sugarcoat a lot of things. I'm gonna come at you the way that I know it, and so yeah, I find what he's doing with women. I don't have nothing bad to say about it, and I'm highly fascinated and interested in it, and I
So
love
let
to
me,
meet his wives.
so let me ask you this: do you think, like, the people who not in that community, the people you think more people should open up to having one guy and it's 2 or 3 women? You see that should happen more?
No. And
No,
the reason that, you
go
talking to
ahead.
me or
I'm
one
sorry.
cool P?
One cool P.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
I
one cool P.
feel like people should do what make them happy. And if those women are happy with him and what he has to offer, then be you, do you, be happy. For one thing for sure, we all were put here to be happy. If it's with one man, let it be. If it's with one woman, let that be. But I don't feel like you should have such limitations in yourself like that. If you can love more than one equally and support more than one equally, and you ain't got no jealousy, no issues and things like that, like what Elder said. Damn, most of the women out here, ooh, look, bag up. My truck, right? I own a small trucking company, right? But it's a truck that I bought and paid for before I met the man. When things got too crazy and it just really wasn't enough freight in my book for me to be on that truck still driving, I went home because I was trying to grow the business. I can't grow the business on the truck. My truck is a legend on the road. I paid for $15,000 paint job. It's got about it had about $8,000 worth of neon lights, bumpers, chrome, gold. I'm not gold, chrome, and things like that. Accessories. Let's call it that. That I put on that truck. It's a legend. There's a documentary out there about me. Truly, I'll tell you about it one day. So my name is on the damn bumper. It says Princess. Okay. When I got out of the truck and let that man of mine drive it without me, I told him this: if you met her, she got a truck. If you met her, she got an apartment, a house, or something. Don't get caught rocking in my truck. Okay. So a lot of people have my phone number. Because when I was out there, I was the person that people called because they having problems, and I was like Go Ass Abby out there on the road. So in trucking, what they say, don't come knocking if your truck is rocking.
Mhm.
So I tell him all the time, don't fuck in my truck. Point blank. Period. You met her, she got a house, she got a truck. Take it over there. And for me, what I just said was, like Elder said, don't bring it home to me. You knew I couldn't have no more kids when we met. You want to go make some more babies? You go do it out there. And to me, for me, and here's why I find it interesting what Elder's doing. With me, go out there and make a baby. That might be the bottom line for me and you. I did say might. That just depends on how much I love you. See, we are flawed, and men are more physical, like Elder said. They're gonna look. You guys are crazy behind a woman's attributes. Mostly ass. Hey. We we women we look for structure, strength, and someone to, like Elder said, be there for us, help us. Be an asset to us. Help,
Secure.
provide for us. That's what I've been providing and doing and this, that, and the other for so long in my life since I was 16, 17 years old. I don't know how to be that kind of submissive like Elder says that he has within his home. That's what I find so interesting about him. I have never been able to be that way towards any man in my life. I've been providing for myself, him, and his family forever because I owned a business. My father raised us girls to be that way. My father didn't raise us to depend on a man. I don't know what that's like. So that's why I find his situation so fascinating, is why I said I would love to meet his wives.
Mm.
I've been a hustler. Okay. I got into trucking because I started a charter service to the prisons. Literally. I was taking people that couldn't get there to go see their loved ones 400 miles down the road. Before I know it, I was having 15 passenger vans full of people going up and down the interstate. And that's how I got into a truck and I met this driver who ran me off the road. So we met by accident, literally. So, I mean, like I said, I've been providing for me forever.
Yeah, I get that. I appreciate that. So you into sports? Who your team?
Uh, football, Cowboys. Born and raised in Dallas, Texas.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Whatever,
What about
whatever.
basketball?
Wherever LeBron James is, I'm there.
Oh, so you one of those?
I'm one of those. And
Okay.
and I- and I got that way because and I don't know no history about basketball. I can't keep up with that. But when I was on the road, I heard so much hate about this man. These people burning his jersey. My big baby, his kids were in Cleveland, and we was always going through Cleveland. We come in and I hear all this hate about this man, and I was like, why is everybody hating on him? So I became like this sponge, and I was researching and Googled anything and all things LeBron. And the more I read, the more I liked about the guy. And I'm like, why y'all hate on this dude? Then I found out about this decision. I'm like, okay, he finished the contract, and then he decided to leave. What, y'all didn't like the way that he did it? Boo hoo, get over it. They told him, don't tell nobody, I'm gonna give you $1 million. What do you do with $1 million? He put it back in the city. Shut up. Anything else?
Nah, I
yeah.
just want to know your background on sports because no, because he said you supportive and you support everybody. So I thought that you was like a huge basketball fan.
I'm a huge LeBron James fan. LeBron
Oh,
James. And don't get me wrong. I like the games. I would sit there and watch the games. But I'm not somebody that when the game is over with, I can go tell you, hey, if he hadn't have done that, remember he was. I'm not that kind of person that'll break down all that. When everybody was into basketball, that was my age. I was on a truck driving. I drove over the road for 17 years. I ain't had time to be trying to keep up with games and this, that, and the other.
okay, all right. No, I just asked that because what he said. But this definitely been dope. Everybody been tuned in, so we definitely got the closes. Oh, he responds. I about to say, but you respond to
Mm.
her. But I want to give a shout out to everybody who joined the chat, who shared this interview. This been dope, man. I told y'all it's gonna be dope. I knew he had a hell of a story. This gonna be the talk of the town. We got the running numbers up. We have to get the 139 likes. Um, I appreciate you for doing this interview with me, bro. I
No
really do.
problem, brother. Anytime.
This
Anytime.
this is
Hallelujah.
dope, man. Everybody loved it. This is dope, man. And the story was cool, and I just think it's eye opening for a lot of people, man. I really do. Hell of a life story, man. It was refreshing, man.
Yeah. I think the more our people get a chance to see order and structure and togetherness, the better we're gonna be. And it's just time. We've been
Yeah.
separated, we've been divided, we've been against each other, we've been enemies for no reason. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And somebody has to be an example first and foremost. You can talk all day. Talk is so cheap. Somebody has to lead by what they're doing. You know, the doers. Who are the doers? So instead of just talking about it, somebody got to actually do it. And then a few people will catch on and their lives will change and they'll do it and they'll pass it on and that spirit will get on them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been amazing how many people, when you come from this quote unquote YouTube world, this little Laker channel, sport channel world, where so many people's lives have been changed. Because y'all would be amazing how many people email me and Instagram me and try to hit me on Twitter, even though I'm not on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not. You know what I mean? And get messages to me, and then I start dealing with them and instructing, and everything changed because
Right.
they want it. You know what I mean? Some don't, and don't. Hey, again, vote with your feet. If it don't work for you, go to don't listen. It's that simple. But for a lot of people, they can see the whirlwind we've been in for a long, long time, and it just takes selfless people, and I mean that selfless. This wouldn't work if I wasn't willing to give all and sacrifice all for the people that I love and love me back. You know what I'm saying? And what makes them honor me and respect me. I'm not some self-appointed elder. I know people get themselves titles, y'all, but if you go dig deep in the Straightway Truth archives on Pastor Dow's archive, you'll see the ceremony where I was anointed an elder in Israel. You see what I'm saying? Men that were older than me, more wiser than me, but saw what was in me. And they did what the Bible said. They anointed me, they laid hands on me, and they anointed my head with oil. So it's a lot deeper than basketball. I'm not, and I'm gonna tell y'all
Right.
right now, I'm not even here for basketball. For those that want to know, I know I sound passionate about the Lakers and all this stuff. I'm not even here for
No,
basketball.
I believe it because you don't have a sports channel. But before I go, right, I want to y'all know y'all know I like the little jokes, whatever. I'm gonna tell you, right. Elder came on a panel, right, and so me and him was going back and forth about basketball, right. So he said, "I'm telling you, the Lakers gonna trade Russ for Ben Simmons." So I'm like, "Nah, we going back and forth." He said, "I'm telling you." He said, "What you want to bet?" I'm saying myself, I can bet a lot, but we on the internet. I don't know. I said, I don't know if you're gonna pay me. You know, he said, hold on. You can ask anybody how I move. I ain't gonna pay you. So the way he said it, that by me being, I kind of got a sense of when somebody say something. He said, "What? I ain't gonna pay you." He said, "You can bet whatever." I'm like, "We can bet whatever. We can bet 500, 600." I said, I feel confident the Lakers gonna do that for us. And he felt confident. So I was really the throw the bag. But I'm like, I don't play them games. If I lose a bet, the money gonna be in your account ASAP. He said, "Ask anybody about me." Yo, I asked somebody, and so I even asked. I said, "You know what? That's his better deuce." And it was crazy because it was like calm when he said it, and I felt the vibe right there. And I ain't asked nobody, right or wrong. When you
Yeah.
said to ask anybody about me, so I'm like, "Oh nah, he ain't one of these guys playing games." So I felt the vibe right there. So it's funny. I like how he said it. He's like, "What? Ask anybody about me." So it's this little funny little good thing right there, man. But that was dope, man. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you did come on my channel and we started vibing, man, because
And I
it's
already paid
a
my
lot,
debt
man.
because I already knew that Benz ain't coming now. So you can let them know I already paid my debt, bro. You can tell
Nah,
them.
you already did
You
that.
can tell them I already
Nah,
paid my
oh nah,
debt.
he
You
paid
hey,
that.
you didn't have to chase me down, did you?
Nah. He paid that. He
Yeah, I
actually
knew.
asked over a week ago, and he's like, "Yo," I said, "Nah, we can wait," because I was like, "I
Mm-mm.
ain't tripping."
Now, once I found out that they were finding Ben and getting that money back, I knew it was over. Because remember when we made the bet, Ben was still getting paid, and I
Yeah,
said as long as he getting paid, they gonna move him. But once they start finding him and getting that money back, I said, "Oh, I lost this bet. I done lost this one."
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
but
all good.
that was fly how you said that, because you was like, "What?" Ask them about me. He said, "You
Yeah,
might not know me like that, but ask them about me."
I'll make it. If I my word is bond, bro. If I say
Yeah.
something, it's
But
gonna happen.
but that's what it's about. That's what it's about being,
Yeah.
because this was actually before we got into our AAU talk when we
Yep.
made the bet.
Mm-hmm.
So once
Yep.
we made the AAU talk, I'm like, all right, he good money. But I've been seeing like on ticket, but I ain't never seen nothing like that. But it was dope, man. I'm happy because everybody was, they love it, man. Everybody, DC Fitty say love it, Reg Dog, Jamma, Claus, Mitch, 317, Dijon, Jama, Extreme, Felicia, Sandra, Reg Dog Knowledge, E King. It's a lot of Roscoe. Black, it's a lot, man. People came out for you. And I know
Man.
you,
Ooh,
I'm
bless
gonna end
y'all.
it right now, but I want to ask you one quick question
Mm-hmm.
before we go, right? We on 139. We on 133. We gotta get 139 likes, and please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed and get the 139 likes. Rest in peace, Big L. February 15th, it'll be his anniversary when he got killed. So we doing this for Big L 139. We got 133 likes. We need to get 139. But Elder, how is it? How you feel like the love you get, like the people stuff they were saying? How it I know it gotta touch you because it was hitting me like, damn, they really like this guy's truly loved on here.
It's
How you felt about that? Like these people come out for you like that. Like
it's
that's
it's uh it's extremely humbling. It really is, and it's a serious responsibility. Because when you put yourself in a position like this, where you out there and you putting everything out, you got your detractors just as much that want to find a one little thing to try to tarnish your name and to try to tarnish your word. So, you become a serious target. But I'm humbled by the love. I'm humble, and I'd be even more humble when they show love to you. Because see, that's what this is all about. You can love on me because I'm the example and I'm putting some things out there that you can see that's motivating and encouraging. But what about this brother that needs to be lifted up? That's the thing that impresses me even more and humbles me more and gives me greater desire to do what I'm doing even more. Because I love my family, man. I love spending time with my wives. I promise you I do. I promise you I do. I don't need to be up all night with you boogers. I don't. But when y'all say it, I do it. When it's required, I do it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm humbled by it. I'm very, very humbled by it. And it's just going to keep me. I ain't quitting always. I'm a servant, bro. That's what I have given my life's work to. I've gotten and received everything I've ever wanted in life. I don't need nothing. I'm a man that's content. I really am. So everything that is brought in now is for others. And I want not just my children's children, but their children's children taken care of. And I want the same for y'all. You see what I'm saying? So
I,
bless y'all.
I
Everybody that
definitely
came out and supported, bless y'all. One
I
Cool P, you already know.
Cool P, I definitely appreciate you for coming through. DC Fitted said he missed it. He was at work. You got to go back and watch this interview. What you missed? You missed a whole lot, DC Fitted. Your man Elder
Right.
put on a great
Yes, I
interview.
can still dunk. Whoever asked that. I
Um,
don't dunk, but I can still dunk. I will not dunk, but I can. The landing, I can't deal with the landing. I can dunk, but I can't handle the landing right now.
it's a great interview, DC Fitted. Go back and watch, man. It was a great interview. Everybody loved it. I'm glad everybody supported. I need y'all to like and subscribe. We're gonna get the 139 and Elder One Cool P. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man.
Not a
And
problem.
you know, great takes by you. I appreciate it. It was a lot of people was interested, and it was great, man. So, salute to y'all.
Ballers life, you something else, boy. I
Ballers
see
life,
you in
my
there.
boy. Them
I see
boogers.
you in there.
Say boogers one more time. They want to see it. They want to hear it.
Man, look, I'm gonna do it like Ballers Life say. Peace out, boogers.
Peace out, boogers. Peace.
Bless y'all, man. So long, so long.
So long.
Holla.